Welcome to All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico behind the cameras. Joining me in the booth, James Peterson. Welcome, James.
Hey, Mike and Michael. It's always good to be here. Looking forward to a good night from Sobo.
Sobo, South Boston Speedway. Track length 0.4 miles. We got 90 laps on store tonight as the guys get ready for open qualifying. Got quite a turnout tonight. We're points racing. This is the All Pro Truck Series. And checking out our points tonight, Dustin Lee is our point leader at 158. 6 back, Doug Lemons. Jonas Hankins, 11 back. I had to do my math there. And Scott Bailey running fourth in points at 140.
You know, Mike, we've got Matt Clifton and Mitchell Reeves right there behind, another just 1 point behind Scott Bailey, both at 139. And you know what happened to Doug and Mitchell last week, getting knocked out. So hopefully they can finish up there in the top 5 tonight and move themselves back up into position.
Yeah, as we've seen in real NASCAR, it doesn't take much to really take and turn the tides in how you're running in these things. So everyone looking for a nice clean finish, I'm sure, as they go points racing here at All Pro Racing.
Well, I'll tell you, I think we're going to see it all tonight too, Mike. I was talking to a few of the racers before the race, and we're seeing gears anywhere from a 2-gear set at 370 to 389, and some guys running the 3-gear set at 4.0, and we've got guys run all the way up into the 4-gear set at 6.0 to 620. So very interesting how the gearing's set up. We're going to see some shifting. We're going to see some guys just running 2nd gear flat out. It'll be very, very interesting.
Absolutely. And now for some All-Pro team news. We want to give a shout out to Paul Pelessier for all the painting and team skins he has done for the league, basically supplying all pro racing colors for all the different cars, and really giving people something to put on the car and run and represent.
Yeah, and you're seeing a lot of those all-pro cars out there tonight. They're looking awful good under the lights here at South Boston. 78 degrees. Wind coming straight across the track tonight, Mike, at 10 miles an hour, but I don't think that really is going to have a whole lot at these lower speeds. But, you know, 78 degrees on the track and 78 in the air. You know, who knows, as the race moves along, those tires are going to probably wear just a little bit quicker tonight. So it'll be interesting to see what happens to the lap speeds as we progress through the laps.
Yeah, lots of all-pro racing paints available. If you're looking for one, please check with one of the admins. Speaking of the admins, I want to take a moment to recognize the All Pro Racing Board of Directors: Michael D'Amico, Mike Ellis, Dustin Lee, Jonas Hankins, Don King, Damon Gilbert, and Andrew Williams, who's actually in the hospital. And we want to give a special shout out to Andrew, suffering from some work-related injuries. I think he's going to be okay and recover, but sorry to be missing him tonight.
Yeah, kudos to that. Our thoughts and our prayers from everybody here at All Pro and the broadcast team go out to Andrew and his family tonight.
All right, and qualifying ensues here. Let's take a look at our provisional qualifying times. Doug Lemons on the pole with a 15.12. Scott Bailey right behind with a 1.5. David Lowe in third there in the 55 truck with a 2.2. So Mitchell Reeves with identical times running in the fourth spot.
Well, I tell you, it's which car do you want to watch here? It's just so interesting. I'm trying to get in the cockpit right now of David Lowe and listening to his gearing, and Doug Lemons sitting in the pits right now. Here he comes out. I got a feeling he might have changed up his gear just a little bit. I think he wants to go under 15, Mike.
Well, we got about 5.5 minutes left here, a long qualifying session. There's a lot of chances here to get in multiple runs and try some different things on the setup, so absolutely.
You know, another thing too, Mike, tonight that's going to be really interesting is one reset on 90 laps in this short of a track, only 45 feet wide. You're not going to see any three-wide racing here. If you are, it's causing for trouble because you only got about a football field length on the straightaways. But it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys do that turn 1 and turn 3.
Yeah, and I think the other thing that's going to be a play in this race is how many, the cap of incident points at 20. That's going to be pretty easy to reach, probably halfway through this race based on how I drive. So we'll see if that comes into play here as we have a new pole sitter, provisionally Matt Clifton with a 15.10. Mitchell Reeves bumped up to second with a 15.11, bouncing Doug Lemons down to third with a 15.12.
Sure enough. Hey, what's happening in the real world of racing with the chase and everything? Let's talk about that for a little bit.
Well, I mean, after the Talladega and losing a lot of favorites in the chase, boy, Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets it done, and all is right in the world of Junior Nation again as he gets the clock and brings home the grandfather clock at Martinsville. Quite a race there. He certainly fought for it and took it away, and there with 5 to go, and it was wondering, are they going to come in for tires or not? And sure enough, tires with just a few laps to go, and I love racing like that.
Yeah, copy that. And there was so many guys that took that last pit stop there after that caution. And, something that was also interesting, getting two red flagged in the same race. That doesn't happen all that often. I think that was a decision made by NASCAR to make that thing really exciting at the very end. Just make those guys wait. No pits, no laps, no nothing. And it turned out to be a fabulous finish.
Absolutely. So everyone gearing up for Texas and Phoenix and Homestead as we get close here to the end. 8 guys going for 4 spots. And it looks pretty bad for the guys that have to win, including Keselowski and Harvick.
Yeah, copy that. One of those 2 guys, or both of them, are going to need to pull a win here in the next 2 races, I think, personally, to probably solidify that spot. And if they don't, it's going to be crazy.
Absolutely. So good racing in NASCAR going on. And, of course, Michael Waltrip advances on Dancing with the Stars again, thanks to NASCAR Nation. I don't think it's because of his skill, but what a fan base NASCAR has.
Mike, I think you are a dancer indeed, because every week we talk about that, and yes, sir, he moves on, and I have to agree with you. At our age, we can appreciate the moves that he's doing out there on the stage, but it is fun to watch, and kudos to him.
Yes, we're all certainly proud of Mr. Michael. No change up front in qualifying. It's Clifton, Reeves, Lemons, and Reynolds, and Bailey round out the top 5. We got, looks like 20 people taking qualifying laps here tonight.
Yeah, as we watch here, so many different cars will run 3-4 laps. They're coming in and changing up gear, maybe changing up tire pressure. Who knows what they're changing, but I'm just looking at Bobby Stewart right now, car number 16, and this is about the 4th time he's been in and out of the pits, so he's trying to improve that position.
Going over some other schedule announcements here. The Team All-Pro representing over at Cora on Sunday nights. Make sure to tune in and cheer our team on. Michael D'Amico and Dustin Lee representing over there, trying to steal the cash. That is broadcast over on LSR TV.
Yeah, the viewers aren't going to want to miss that. Another thing that the viewers aren't going to want to miss, I think you guys are one step closer to a big announcement. I've been waiting for 3 weeks now. Can you let it out of the bag yet, Mike?
Well, we don't have a date, but we have had contact with our special announcement driver, and I'm going to go ahead and announce is Justin Boston, who has been running some NASCAR nationwide races, Truck Series races as well in NASCAR, National Tour, and we did have contact with him. He's moved. He has to reset up his rig and his iRacing computer and such. And then once that's in place, we'll schedule a date that works for him So yes, exciting news for an upcoming event to be determined when that's going to happen.
Wow, is that's fabulous news? And Justin is a national spokesman with PAD, People Against Distracted Driving. He's come up through the Venturini program, and Joe Gibbs Racing has actually picked him up earlier this season on the Nationwide Series. So boy, that is fabulous news for All Pro Racing, fabulous news for PAD. And kudos to Justin Boston. What a great young man, and he's got a promising future ahead of him. So the cat is out of the bag. I can hardly wait to know when it is.
And he certainly is one of the up-and-coming talents, and there are so many on the market right now. And to get that call from Mr. Joe Gibbs and to sign the dotted line there as the development driver, I mean, it must be a dream come true.
Copy that. Hey, I think we are done with qualifying. Let's take a look.
Yeah, provisionally they're on the pole. Looks like it was Matt Clifton with the 15.10. As we get ready for our grid, let's take a look at the trucks. All Pro Racing North Carolina, number 29, Matt Clifton is on the pole. On the outside row, the 02 Mitchell Reeves running a special paint on the back end of that truck. It says in memory of Jason Burdett, 1986 to 2013. Running into the third spot, Doug Lemons. Currently definitely in the point. Running the 70 Interstate Batteries Chevy Silverado. Nick Reynolds running in the 54 Bass Pro Shops Tracker. Running in the 4th spot. 5th, Scott Bailey in the 08 Fast Lane Racing Machine.
Yeah, and outside on row number 4, we've got Shahan Delalic, I believe, in the car 20 in the nitrous oxide car. And then starting on the inside of row 5, we have David Lowe, the car 55. And outside row 5, All Pro's very own Dustin Lee coming with the 15.231. And then on the inside of row 6, we have Jeremy Crandall in the 73 car. And outside 6, Jeffrey Smith II, and sporting that Alatata 36 car. And I'll let you take it from there, Michael.
Yeah, 11th, Damon Gilbert in the Cart City Chevy Silverado, running in the 8th truck, Martin Porter Goodwrench Service Plus. Bobby Stewart is next up in that Stewart Racing Machine. Number 11, James Torrey in the Monster Energy, sporting the pink for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Everett D. Lane from All Pro Racing running the Fast Lane Racing colors, starting in the 15th spot.
Mike, as we watch them come off the grid there, with this new build that came out on Monday, the tire pressures have been tweaked a little bit, and you almost have to start this car off the grid in 2nd or 3rd gear.
Yeah, it almost feels like there's no pressure in the tires, is the feeling I got when I tried it. But you're right, you do have to be careful when you bring these up to speed with the low pressure. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Make sure to like us over on Facebook to get all the news and information. All Pro's growing by leaps and bounds. Pace cars off. Green, green, green. Mitchell gets a great start.
Well, we're clean through 1 and 2, so that's a good start.
And he clears him and brings it down and takes the lead there.
Oh,
from Matt
car
Clifton.
36.
No caution. Something happened in the back there, I heard on the radio. But looks like
Jeffrey
the top 10
Smith.
are just cruising along.
Jeffrey Smith got caught up in turn 3, but no caution is right.
We got a caution now.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't clear the track quick enough.
Looking for a replay. Looks like the 86 is involved. I'm still looking for a replay. 36 car. I can't even read it.
Yeah, it looked like Jeffrey Smith got a little bit hooked up. I think that was in turn 3, it looks like, and he got sideways. Didn't bring the caution out right away.
Yeah, Martin Porter just drilled him getting into 3, and he turned sideways and collected Stewart there. And boy, Verlis Falcons gets turned under caution right after that. So Verlis getting the rough end of the stick there. That's going to put him down a couple laps, as well as Jeffrey Smith is now down a couple laps. We're under caution. So it looks like the outside was the place to be there, JP, on that restart when Mitchell got it from Matt Clifton.
Yeah, I think, and you're right. I think in the high line, just taking a little bit higher lane into 1 and 3 is probably going to be the ticket. Lift a little bit. Some of these guys are braking, some not. But I don't know if I'd want to be sitting on that bottom at all much tonight at all, especially in traffic.
Absolutely. As we're under caution, do you want to try to pick up a quick interview? I mean, let's see here.
I'm going to see if I can't get Jeffrey Smith. I'm sure he's not real happy, but I'd like to see what he saw from his cockpit on that car 36, Jeffrey Smith. See if I can pull him down.
Okay.
Hey, Jeffrey, JP3 up in the box. We kind of got a camera on you there. Tell us what happened there.
Trying to be easy and got run over in the back right there. I think it just makes it a little tough here early in the race. Guys trying to get what they can.
Yeah, it looked like you got tagged from behind by the number 8 car, Martin Porter, and there's really nothing you could do.
No, there wasn't. Not at that time. It just, we'll gather it up and see what we can muster out of this thing, see if we can get us some points.
And that brings us back to green flag. And the outside's working again. Matt Clifton clears Mitchell on the outside, brings it down, and takes the lead. We got a wreck in the back again. The 11 truck is involved this time of James Torrey. Let's take a replay of the 11, who was all tore up from the previous incident. Boy, he just gets loose into 3, and the 73 comes by and just clobbers him as he spins around. Looks like the 16 and 96 are involved too. So these guys only have one reset, JP. They're not wanting to use them, it looks like.
Yeah, I'm looking at the back of James Torrey's truck there. Looks like his back end really got hammered, and maybe a little bit out there on the right front also.
And Judson
Hankins
call. Is really tore up out there too in the 7 truck. Jeremy Crandall has a lot of damage. So these guys up front just wondering what's going on behind them, I guess. Let's get ready for our first commercial break. Let's thank our sponsor, Skiers Marine.
really cater our dealership to look after the needs of the families that enjoy being out on the water, from wakeboarding to skiing to tubing. After you visit Skiers Marine, I think you'll see that our dealership is built on customer satisfaction. The customer is the very most important part of our dealership. And we realize without the customer coming to purchase their water sports equipment from us, from boats to gear, we wouldn't be here. So all our employees know that keeping the customer happy is the very most important thing we do.
We try to do things a little bit different than other businesses. A strong emphasis that we have is on customer service. Follow up with the customers. 2/3 of our customer base is either referrals or direct repeats from those existing customers. This is actually a fun business. I sold insurance for over 10 years, and it was something everybody really needed and nobody really wanted. So it's fun to actually sell a product that people don't necessarily need, but they want. It's a good time, and it's all about family.
Once we walked through these doors, I felt like we were in a family atmosphere. It also helps that our neighbors bought their boat here, and we watched over the past few years their process of bringing in their boat for services, how happy they were.
We were looking for the exceptional value. We were looking for the cool factor, and just something that we could all get together and have a good time.
Over the last 15 plus years, we've become Alabama's water sports authority. We're the dealership people know they can come to when they're looking for ski and wakeboard boats, whether it be Malibu, Moomba, Premier, Axis. The top of the line boats, we have them, plus we have the pro shop to go along with it. We sell Conley, we sell Liquid Force. All of our employees not only know how to work on boats and sell boats, they also enjoy the boating lifestyle. They're out on the weekends wakeboarding, skiing with their families. So they know what it takes to have fun on the water, and they know how to keep their boat on the water.
Please remember that Skiers Marine has 2 locations to serve boaters. One located just outside Birmingham on Highway 280 in Westover, the other just outside Athens, Alabama on Highway 72.
So the 11 there is the first car behind the pace car. He's actually on the tail end of the lead lap and should get waved around as we get to the 1 to go. Our leader, Matt Clifton, in the 29. So lots of action here as we came back from our commercial break. Michael Updegraff spun under a restart there and collected a few cars. And here we are on lap 20 of 90. We still have a lot of damaged trucks out there.
Take the outside, dude.
There goes the way by past the pace car. And looks like they delayed the green here. People are not lined up correctly as everyone doubles up. And they're wrecking under caution. The 24 just got into the back of the 33, it looks like. That's Vernon Marheim and Everett Lane trading paint out here under yellow.
Well, there's no fixes got to get passed, but
Well, I tell you, Mike, I think the frustration level is already starting to elevate right now.
Yeah, it looks like people still aren't lined up here correctly.
I think we're going to probably get our green here. I think the tail end's coming around. Number 11's on the tail of the lap. We should be able to go green here.
And it goes green immediately after the pace car's off. They're gone. Clifton spins the tires or something. It's slow to get away. Doug Lemons takes the lead. And for the first time, somebody on the bottom takes the lead. And somehow we survived those first couple laps to restart.
Up, we got the 69 again going into 2.
68 Damon Gilbert involved. Let's take a replay. And it looks like he's mixing it up there with Judson Hankins from All Pro Racing. As they go into 1, Damon just gets in too hot and turns around Judson. And a lot of people caught up in that. Hopefully Judson has a reset. This has certainly turned into a race of attrition, JP.
Yeah, you've got the 11 car, James Torrey, the 24 car, the 96, the 23, the 004. You got about 8 cars that got collected in that.
Yeah, the track really blocks up when somebody spins out here. There's just nowhere to go. Let's see if we can get a word with All Pro Racing's very own Verlis Falcons, who's been at the back to witness all this mess. Let's see what Verlis, the wild child, says. Mike in the booth for Verlis Falcons. You out there?
Yes, I'm here, sir.
Well, it looks like you've been mixed up in a few of these cautions. What's going on out there?
Oh, just nobody wants to have any patience. They're just wreck. And when there's a wreck, you can't have enough time to get stopped to stay out of it. They just keep stacking up on each other.
Well, that first one, it looks like it was under caution. The guy spun around and clipped you, and it sent you right into the pits.
Yeah, it did. And it gave me a black flag doing that, so I had to serve that. So it's just my luck here the last 2 nights. Let's see, I made a second lapper, a 7-lapper, and then tonight I'm up to 25, so I guess I'm getting better.
Well, there you go. Hopefully we get some green flags in here. Good luck, Verlis. We'll be watching.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Have a good one.
Well, there you go. All Pro Racing's very own from Texas, Mr. Verlis Falcons, bringing up the rear for us tonight. Pace car lights are off. They're doubling up. And let's see if they can stay green. And here we go. Mitchell Reeves side by side with Lemons for the lead. No advantage either line. And they're still fighting. This is a great racing, JP3.
Yeah, it sure is. I'm watching some banging here towards the back as well. It just some good side-by-side racing.
And Mitchell digging on the outside. He pinches a little. Doug Lemons gets loose. That gives the lead to Mitchell if he can hold it. Caution's out. Not sure who's involved in that one.
Well, I'm looking at Mike, and it looks like Donald King, the number 23 car, coming into out of turn 4. He just came up, got a little loose all by himself.
Yeah, I think
King
Don
there.
had some previous damage too. And we're under caution again. Let's see, let's reset our field. We got 13 cars on the lead lap.
Actually, it looked like it was a 73 car there, Jeremy Crandall, All Pro Racing's Jeremy Crandall.
Crandall pretty tore up. Looking at some of the damage on these cars.
I inadvertently said 23 Don King, but it definitely was Jeremy. He just all by himself just spun out there, and he just got his nose sticking out right there at the exit of turn 4, and nobody got into him, but he was stopped and on the track. So,
And you can certainly lose a lap when you pit here or you're trying to get repairs, as that pace car comes around pretty darn quick. Let's try to get a quick interview with our leader, Mitchell Reeves.
Body's day real quick.
Mitchell, is Mike Ellis up in the booth? Hey, you got the lead there, racing with Doug Lemons. Looked like you guys were running for the last laps there for the checkered flag, but some great side-by-side racing, but you came out on top.
Yeah, Mike, the truck's really handling good tonight. Skiers Marine Chevy. Had a friend of mine, Tyler, with V-Man Designs, did a heck of a job with this. Truck's really been handling good. I tell you what, Doug's going to have something for us. It's going to be a heck of a finish, I think.
Well, if you guys can get any green flag runs, this seems to be pretty much a caution fest so far.
Yeah, Mike, the strategy for pits, there really might not be one with these kind of the cautions. We'll have to tune in and find out.
All right, as we get ready to go back green, good luck. All Pro Racing's very own Mitchell Reeves brings them down on the outside here. Doug Lemons on the inside. And, oh, Lemons gets rear-ended there by Clifton. I think he missed a gear or something. And that's a horrible break for Clifton. Oh, we got spinners behind. Martin Porter in the wall. And the track is blocked up again.
Mike, I got to say, I'm glad these racers are not here, and I was kind of chuckling in the booth, but that's about 11 cars there blocking that track and coming into 4.
Well, it's kind of ridiculous if you're in the back of this pack. You can't seem to get through a single caution. But we're certainly going to be whittling the cars down. Seems like maybe only the top 5 might not have damage now. Dustin Lee involved. Dustin running a different paint scheme than we normally see. Martin Porter, he's crabbing really hard, and he brings it down pit road. Lots of really tore up trucks. Hopefully some of these guys still have a reset.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing Dustin Lee got caught up in there again, and as did Jeremy Crandall. You've got the 8 car in Scott Bailey. 68, I believe, is in there. You've got the 96 again, 26. I mean, you've got, there was 11 cars that got tied up into that. It was like trying to sneak a needle through a haystack, trying to get through that, and a couple cars did actually sneak through. But yeah, I think these guys just got to slow the pace down a little bit.
Absolutely. Let's talk about our schedule. Next week, special event at Bristol, Tuesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. Fast Lane Racing going to sponsor that event. We're going to have cash paid out at the end. It will be the next event in this points schedule at Bristol.
You know, Mike, trying to take a look at some of the trucks that are up towards the front. I'm looking at Matt Clifton right now, car number 29 out front. He's got front damage pretty bad, but that's runnable at these lower speeds. He's okay. As long as he can just keep touch with Mitchell and Doug, you know, even with that damage, he should be okay.
Well, as long as it doesn't overheat, on these smaller tracks, it's usually not going to be a problem. We'll have to see.
David Lowe in the 55 looks like he's pretty clean. Bobby Stewart has got damage left and right. Looks like he's trying to drive a sandwich through a sandwich there.
Yeah, it's a track will really narrow up on you here at South Boston as they double up. Pace car lights are off. Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. Pace car's off. Green, green, green. Looks like Dustin Lee was late getting to his spot there, but they went green anyway. And Mitchell getting it done on the outside. Lemons lets him go. And Lemons keeping the pressure on. He's right on the back bumper. Oh, and Clifton almost spins out. They all check up. But we stay green. Heck of a save. Boy, up front, Lemons has got it half sideways, trying to get by on the inside.
I tell you, Burles Falcons and Everett Lane are going at it. It's in the back of the pack. They're a couple laps down. Boy, they're going at it really nice. A couple damaged cars, but they're still.
Yeah, both shown 3 laps down, but hey, they're fighting for position. Currently 15th and 16th. And looks like Jeremy Crandall is taking it behind the wall, as well as Vernon Barheim.
Yeah, I think what's happening now, Mike, you know, if you hit the wall and you're at that 18, 19 incident points, you're going to be taking it over the wall. So I think from here on, the field's going to start thinning out.
Yeah, Burles Falcons is now behind the wall because of too many incident points. I believe the limit in this race was 20.
12 cars on the lead lap with Nick Reynolds, the 54 car, at the tail end. And he is making a move. He's making a nice move here on Justin Hankins.
Yep, and that's a tore up truck too. Yeah, Judson's racing there with Bobby Stewart. Bobby's the one in the tore up truck. Bobby holding his own there on the outside as Judson doors him, and he goes down and hits the inside wall hard. Judson disappears, and we're under caution. Not sure what happened to Judson Hankins, but he gets into it with Bobby Stewart. We bring out our next caution, lap 55 of 90. Let's take another commercial break. Let's hear from our sponsors.
Painting, exterior painting, epoxy flooring, and faux finishing. We take care of your house from start to finish. Power washing, fixing cracks, caulking around all windows and doors, re-nailing all the loose wood around the house. Foundation gets waterproofed and scraped. We mask everything completely off, and then we do the painting. For the interior of the house, we help you move the large furniture. We completely cover everything in plastic. We fix all the cracks in your walls. We texture any areas that need it. We caulk around all the windows, the trim, the doors, and then we brush and roll everything with 2 coats. I truly believe that Arizona Painting Company has some of the best painters in Phoenix. Most of our painters have been with us for over 10 years.
My vision with the company is to do quality craftsmanship, use the best materials available, and make the customer extremely happy and have that customer relationship.
The thing that separates Arizona Painting Company from other companies is our customer service. From the office answering your call 7 days a week to the painters and the professional crew that's here with the foreman on site the whole time, we are dedicated to the customer from the start to the finish of the job.
Thanks for joining us at All Pro Racing. My name's Mike Ellis. Michael D'Amico behind the camera. James Peterson in the booth.
Well, Mike, we got, a little over a 30 laps to go, and we have 10 cars on the lead lap, and I think we've had about 13 or 14 take it over the wall. So looks like the pace car's off. We're going green.
And we're back to green. And this could be for the win. And the way that the caution's been going, as Mitchell Reeves gets it done on the outside again. Let's see what Lemons has. Just looking at the points and realizing our third place points person, Jonas Hankins, did not start tonight with a no-show. That's really going to hurt him in the points, but open it up to some of the others, including Scott Bailey, who's running fourth in points, currently running fourth in this race.
Boy, Nick Reynolds and Damon Gilbert are going door to door here. What a fun to watch.
As Gilbert gets it dead sideways but saves it. And he spins it out again almost.
And Dustin Lee of 51 also spun it, but he brought it back on the track. Lost about 3 seconds, but he's still in the mix.
Yeah, the truck there behind the 54 got the wall real hard. I think that's... why it's so damaged I can't even see the number on the door.
Oh, Dustin is in turn 3 again. I think the caution has come out.
Around.
Caution has come out.
Yep, and Mitchell Reeves is our leader. Looks like Jeffrey Smith was involved. Yeah, looks like Jeffrey Smith in the 36 got around after Dustin Lee almost spun out, and then Damon Gilbert got into Jeffrey Smith and turned him. Don King getting through there without incident. But we're under caution. And looks like pit stops have not been something we've had to worry about, JB.
Yeah, I'm seeing that Damon's coming in the pits. I'm going to pull Damon down here, see if we can't get or Dustin, see if I can't get a quick interview with Dustin real quick.
Just ran it in there and hit me.
Hey, Dustin, JP3 up in the box. I saw you got a little bit of sideways there. You corrected a little bit. What happened there?
Yeah, just got a little loose, and then got back in traffic there, and ended up getting a little help. But come in and get some fresh tires here and see what I can do with it.
Copy that. I see you're running in P9 right now with about 21 laps to go. You've got fresh tires. What are you thinking here? You're the points leader here by 6 points. You just want to finish top 5, or are you gonna try and push and catch up with Doug and Mitchell?
I'm gonna try to push and see how many positions I can get. Those guys are pretty fast tonight, so yeah, I don't think I have the setup for them guys, but maybe these tires will do the trick here.
All right, copy that. With 20 to go, good luck to you. All right.
Appreciate it.
And big news up front: Matt Clifton hits from third spot. And that was very unexpected, as all the leaders have not pitted at all. Matt Clifton giving up huge track position to come down and get 4 tires and obviously a reset. We're doubling up here. Can he get around in time? You've got to get in front of the lap cars. But Don King not letting him by. Don finally relents as we're getting ready to go green. Pace car's off.
Boy, that would have been tragic right there, but Dustin did get by him.
And Matt Clifton and Dustin Lee have new tires. What can they do? As Mitchell Reeves, as our leader, takes them around. And who's been marching up through this field is definitely Nick Reynolds in the 54. Currently third, looking for second. And I tell you what, JP, if Matt Clifton's going to make these 4 tires work, he's got to go now.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. And he's just creeping. He'll creep, and then he gets into that mid corner, and he seems to lose it just a little bit. Oh, we
And
got
that's
it again.
He gets wrecked. Martin Porter and him connect at the nose.
Oh,
We're under
brother.
caution. So you could feel the desperation out there as the laps are winding down. We're on lap 75 of 90. Martin Porter involved. This gets loose all on his own, and Clifton has nowhere to go. Destroys the front end of his truck, but is able to continue. At least 10 cars on the lead lap. And will anybody pit? Doesn't look like it. Let's see if we can get an interview with Doug Lemons, who's been fighting for that lead. Doug's not in team speak. Let's see if we can get him in the room. Mike Ellis up at the booth for Doug Lemons in the 70. You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, there hasn't been a lot of green flags, but when there is, you and Mitchell have been going at it. It's tough down there on the inside. Do you have enough?
Well, it's real hard to stay out front on the inside. You get pinched down, and it's tough. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to give it all I got this next one.
Well, it certainly is go time, so get up on that wheel. We're looking forward to some good side-by-side racing with you guys. Good luck.
Thanks.
So Doug Lemons once again showing JP that he belongs up front. He's consistently in the top 5, it seems like.
Yeah, he certainly is, and we're going to probably be about 10 to go when we go green. And I'm telling you, you've got about 6 cars right there. All of them look pretty clean, not a lot of damage. You know, who knows? If we can stay green, this is going to be a fabulous finish. We may see a 3-wide finish.
And we know Nick Reynolds is fast as he's moved his way up to third, clear from the back. But he does have older tires. Scott Bailey hanging on to 4th spot there, but his truck is all tore up. 5th is David Lowe. 6th, Sanjin Delalick. And running in 8th, Dustin Lee. I think the first guy with the newest tires. So we'll have to see if Dustin can get up there quickly.
Looks like we're going to be going green right here. Pace starts off.
And there they go. Lemons gets a great start on Mitchell. Can he hold it? Or maybe this Mitchell had a bad start. Mitchell's back up under him. Oh, the 55 gets into Nick Reynolds. He saves it, and we're under caution.
Boy, I think he saved that, and yet they brought the caution out.
Yeah, I don't even know what brought the caution out. He didn't even get around.
Not seeing anybody stopped on the track or anything there. That was interesting. The caution came out.
Yep, I don't see anything else on track that would have caused that. That must have been what brought it out. Damon Gilbert almost got into the wall there. He is all tore up.
Yeah, Nick Reynolds did get sideways. Everybody went by him. He came sideways down into the straightaway. He kept it fine. And the caution, they decided to bring it out. So
Everett D. Lane is our Aaron's lucky dog. Getting one of his 2 laps back. Leaving 10 cars on the lead lap here at All Pro Racing.
Well, Mike, it looks like we may only end up having five laps to go. I'm not sure if we have had much more than the 5-lap green all night tonight. So let's see what we can do. Again, 10 cars on the lead lap, but I think we only got about 4 guys right now up front that are going to be able to run with Doug and Mitchell, and Scott is definitely one of those guys.
Yeah, trying to compare to the actual NASCAR race at Martinsville this last weekend, seemed like tires seem to matter more there than they do here tonight. Dustin really not making a lot of progress on those 4 tires. We saw Matt Clifton trying to force something to happen, but he ended up getting wrecked. Track position is king here tonight at South Boston.
Yeah, looking at Scott Bailey's left spoiler there on the rear, that's the way that thing's tilted in. That's probably going to push him up the track, believe it or not. So I'd watch for him to maybe slide a little bit wide as they go into 1 and 2. That spoiler's catching some
David
air.
Lowe was real aggressive on that last restart. We'll have to watch him. He's on the outside of that row 2. As pace car lights are off. Looking for a great finish here. Mitchell Reeves on the outside, bringing them down. Green, green, green. We get away clean. And it looks like Doug Lemons is getting it done on the inside there, but Mitchell holds it on the outside.
Here comes David Lowe.
David Lowe getting up into the mix here as he looks for second. As Mitchell just goes wide and overdrives the car, he falls to third. He crosses back and takes out David Lowe. And the caution's out, and that's going to hand the win to Mr. Doug Lemons and the Interstate Batteries truck. Boy, I wouldn't have guessed he would have won it, but he got it done.
Wow.
And somehow Mitchell gets his spot back. That's kind of questionable whether he should have got back to second after being involved in the caution. Let's see if we can get an interview with our podium finishers here as we finish up the last lap. We'll talk to Mr. Doug Lemons. Mike in the booth for Doug Lemons. Congratulations on the win. We're on the inside and you got it done there. Pressure was on and you forced a mistake.
Yeah, it worked out. I wasn't sure it was gonna. I think everybody thought I'd jump and start that last restart, so I gave Mitchell the outside lane. And, well, it worked out in my favor.
Well, you're running good in the points. This win certainly helps that. Congratulations. Do you have any shout-outs or anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank you guys for doing this and All Pro Racing. It's real fun, and my teammates, Glovebox Racing.
All right, congratulations. JP, you want to pick up Mitchell?
Hey, Mitchell, JP3 up in the box. Boy, what a fabulous finish there. What were you thinking there going into that last lap and a half?
Well, the outside was my friend the whole race. Really just the restart cost me. Just really pushed it too hard going into the turn, and just I ran out of tires. I think I really pushed it hard, tried to keep in front of Doug. Doug had me, but we gave him the best opportunity we could, and I'll take a second place after this crazy race.
Yeah, copy that. After last week, you got knocked out, had to go over the wall early, joined us in the booth, and P2 is going to move you right back up into the mix. Hey, thanks to Skiers Marine. Anybody else you want to thank tonight?
Yeah, big thanks to Skiers Marine. I'd like to thank Tyler out of Memphis, Tennessee, for V-Man Designs for making this awesome paint scheme. This is a big, really important paint scheme for me. We're remembering a good friend of ours, Jason Burdett, died last year. Miss you, buddy, and we love you, but we're going to get him next weekend, see if we can win this championship.
Copy that. Good P2 there, Mitchell, and thanks for your sponsorship, and we'll see you soon. And we got Scott Bailey, Mike, P3.
Yeah, Scott, congratulations. You come into this race fourth in points and ended up bringing it home. Podium finish in third. Nice run. You were able to hold fourth there, it seemed like forever. on a totally damaged truck.
Yeah, I was, I think, third or fourth, and I spun it out of two and slammed the wall and went on my side, and I thought I was pretty much done, but the truck seemed to drive a little bit better through the center. I'm just glad I got third, and that'll be really good for me in the points. I might be on third, but fourth, I don't know. But just thank you guys for putting this on.
Yeah, I mean, what a finish to be able to get through this wreck fest with that tore-up truck and bring it home third. It's got to be a relief, actually, in your point situation, huh?
Yeah, I had a lot of chances to lose a ton of spots, but I just held it and did a good finish, I guess.
All right, congratulations on the finish. Anyone you want to say hi to or thank?
Yeah, I just want to thank my team, Fastlane Racing, for all the help they've given me, and shout out to Mitchell and everybody else, Jeffrey, Everett, all the guys at Fastlane for helping me.
All right, good run. We'll catch you next week.
All right, see you guys.
Well, there you have it. All Pro Racing, a quick race tonight, even though there were a lot of cautions. We get done a little earlier than normal. Let's take a rundown of our finishing order. Doug Lemons bringing it home first. Mitchell Reeves second. Scott Bailey third. Sanjin Delilik, another good run for Sanjin, bringing it home fourth. Nick Reynolds, another good run through the field for him, fifth. Matt Clifton, Dustin Lee, sixth and seventh. They went in for tires late, but it didn't seem to help. Damon Gilbert, 8th. Martin Porter, 9th. Everett D. Lane, 10th. And the last car in the lead lap, David Lowe.
Yeah, that was something else too there. And Mike, David Lowe was right there making a run on Doug Lemons with 3 to go, and he got caught up and went from P2 to at least he stayed on the lead lap. But boy, what a fun race to call the night. Really appreciate it. Certainly excited about the news you shared earlier with the broadcast soon to be with Justin Boston and the PAD affiliation. Boy, I want to be a big part of that. I know our watchers and our listeners and our viewers are going to want to not miss that race.
Absolutely, we're looking forward to that. And next week, don't forget, Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Bristol, more short track racing under the lights. Make sure to join us. My name's Mike Ellis. This is All Pro Racing. Thanks.